Okay, land in the F-16 for Goons. You guys are always asking us, what airspeed should you be touching down at? It's actually pretty irrelevant in the F-16. If you follow the correct glide slope, your F-16 will pretty much touch down at the ideal speed on its own. So here's how you do it. First off, you want to be relatively low, about 2,000 feet or so is fine. I'm way too high, but it doesn't really matter that much. And you want to reduce your airspeed below 300 knots so you can bring your landing gear down. If you want to talk to the tower, go ahead, but that's pretty much pointless. Visually acquire the runway. Start working on getting yourself lined up on it. So, don't bring your landing gear down above 300 knots or you're going to break your landing gear, like I did like a freaking idiot earlier today. When you bring your gear down, you get that dotted line sitting between your horizon line and the -5-degree line. That dotted line indicates 3.5 degrees and is an ideal approach glide slope for the F-16. If you put that dotted line on the end of the runway and keep it there, you're going to be coming in at an ideal glide slope. Second, you have the velocity vector telling you which way your plane is flying. We seem to frequently call it the meatball as well for some reason. Beneath the meatball is a vertical line with two little horizontal lines coming off it, commonly called the staple. The staple indicates the ideal angle of attack for making a landing. If your meatball is at the top of the staple, you're coming in at a proper angle for landing. So the trick is, if you put that 3.5-degree dotted line on the end of the runway, and the meatball on the end of the runway at the top of the staple, you'll hit the runway at the correct speed and angle to attack and land safely. That's all there really is to it. You don't need to worry about airspeed, you don't need to worry about altitude. It's not entirely true. You want to keep your airspeed high enough that you're not going to stall. But otherwise, if you line these things up, you come in at a perfect speed and angle every time. Doesn't matter what weight the F-16's at. And now you just watch as the airplane kind of lands itself. This is Ramat David. It's the same airfield we were using earlier today. If the steer point indicator is getting annoying, just select a different steer point, it'll go away. Keep in mind that you don't want to pitch up too high or you'll smack the back of the plane into the ground. Most of the effort of landing is just managing your throttle. You'll usually maintain about the same upward angle on the plane the whole way in. If the weather's particularly shit, you might need to crab the plane in. Velocity vector makes that pretty easy to do. I'm a little bit low now. And we're coming up as I put a little more throttle on. Past the threshold, you drop it to idle, pitch up a little bit for the flare. Keep your nose high so you can aero brake all the way down the runway. Don't go too high or you'll scrape your ass. This is a short runway, so I'm going to have to brake. That's all there is to it.